Right then, everyone, there's a few decent-looking Manchester United youth players that are out on loan. And I thought we'd take a quick look at them and see how they're doing and see if they've got like 4 or 5 months now to really make a push to be part of the Manchester United first team at the start of next season. Now, I've recorded this before some of them have played this weekend, so the stats might be a little bit off, but that's why if they are. Right, so I think one of the most high-profile ones is Amad Diallo. Joined Rangers on a 6-month loan, scored within 5 minutes on his debut against Ross County. In that game, he put a 90.5% pass accuracy in, 100% cross accuracy, 38 touches he had, 21 passes, 4 shots, won 2 fouls, which was the most, completed one dribble out of one, one chance created, 1 goal. Very, very solid SPL debut. He was also named in SPL Team of the Week. There was a lot of interest from abroad. United seemingly desperate to make sure that he went somewhere a little bit more physical rather than technical. And he definitely got that in his second game for Rangers, as he ended up playing in the Old Firm game, and he struggled in that game. That was a throwback Old Firm game. It was an absolute destruction. Real baptism of fire for him. Probably never played in an atmosphere like it. Probably never played in a game with as many fouls like it. He did look a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit lost. And the game, interestingly, seemed far too quick for him. It was breakneck pace, but it looked like it was too quick for him. He was getting clattered. He was taking too many touches. He was getting absolutely smashed. But I think it'll be very beneficial for him, and I think he's going to learn from it. Someone that's kind of gone under the radar a little bit at the moment, I'm not sure why, but Teden seems to have overtaken him as a larger name, and Jimmy Garner seems to have overtaken him as a higher on most United fans' sort of watch list, at least anyway, and that's Deshawn Bernard. But Deshawn's playing the English Championship. He's putting in standout performances week after week for Hull City. And he put one in again last week as they beat Swansea City 2-0. The defensive display from him was marked with a key involvement in their second goal. Won the ball back from the right centre-half position. Drove it forward, which I love seeing centre-halves doing. Went past 2 players and opened the game up for Hull, who then capitalised later on in the build-up. The Hull Daily Mail spoke about Deshawn after the game, and in their match report they said, a terrific driving run that set up the goal, always seems to be in the right place at the right time and reads the game so well at times. I mentioned previously on the last loan watch that I did, Deshawn, I thought, when he went to Salford, he looked like he struggled, and I was like, ooh, don't know if he turns it around for me. Now, is he going to bounce somewhere higher, or is he going to stay in that level, League Two, and see if he can actually get a footing in there? He didn't. He goes to Championship, and the rising level has risen his level, and he looked more than capable for it. And I actually think he's very much going to find himself. If United get rid of Bay and Jones, and they keep around Bernard and Mengi, I do not think we'll be any worse off whatsoever, and possibly quite the contrary. They're both doing fantastically well. And we're going to talk about Mengi now, actually. So Mengi's Birmingham side sits 17th in the division. They had a 2-2 draw with Derby County last week. Mengi provided some crucial interventions at time. Couldn't stop Wayne Rooney's side from finding 2 late goals to ensure that they picked up a point, though. And I know Birmingham playing with a 5-man defence for much of this season. He's actually changed to a back 4 since Mengi's joined, which is mental. You have a teenage centre-half, you're like, right, I don't need 3 defenders anymore. This kid's got it. So that's impressive. And obviously, Jimmy Garner's the one that's really ripping it up in the Championship at the moment. He assisted Keenan Davis' late goal for Nottingham Forest last week, but it was no more than a consolation. Garner really does seem to be showing a lot of growth this season, and he's really doing what you want players to do by going on loan and going from strength to strength. They're getting 90 minutes. They're playing week in, week out. They're playing in a brutally tough league, and they're coming out better for it. These lads are absolutely smashing it on loan. All of them, actually. Diallo aside, but he's been there a week and he's had an Old Firm to contend with. But he started bright. There's a lot of positives here. I think we're going to keep an eye on these. I'm going to try and get to some of these games as well. I actually really wanted to go and watch Birmingham versus Derby at the weekend, but I couldn't get there. I think that I want to go and watch some of these games in person and just see. I don't think it always translates on TV. I want to see in person just how these lads are getting on, especially Jimmy and especially Mengi. I'm not going up to Scotland, although Dylan Levitt's out there as well. So I don't know if there's a chance of going watching both of those against each other. That might be worth doing. But that's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And out of these lot, do you think any of them are gonna make first team regular appearances next season? Let us know in the comments. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.